that's where experience counts. And I've had experience not only in the federal government for 28 years presiding over the Criminal Justice Committee as ranking or chair, or on the Judiciary Committee looking at layers of how you pour resources in to solve a problem. I'm also a senior member of the Homeland Security Committee, so I understand disasters and the need when there is an epidemic of crime, how to help people get out of that horrible hole. The focus that I would utilize is community-directed policing, community police relationships, targeting high crime areas, and I've seen it work. You go into an area that statistically and by way of the neighbors and civic clubs indicating that crime is high. It could be burglaries, it could be theft from cars, which is really on the rise here in Houston. In fact, we're the epicenter of it, and it could be the more violent crimes. So as you utilize your police very efficiently, you utilize them along with working with constables and working with sheriffs. And as you do that, you also invest in violence intervention. You work with your youth. You provide more job training programs. And then you utilize the new office at the Department of Justice to stop gun violence. And you use those resources to do that. As you clean up that neighborhood and add amenities such as lighting and policing for a period of time, you go to the next high crime area. The neighborhood will feel it. I've seen it happen. I've seen it be successful. And my experience both in Homeland Security and in the Judiciary Committee, knowing the Department of Justice, working with the state and having been a member of the City Council, actually working with HPD, actually working with firefighters on public safety, and being a hands-on mayor, I will make sure that our neighborhoods are cleaned up one by one. Crime will be a thing of the past as we work together under the administration of Mayor Jackson-Lee. I think it is very important to, first of all, have people trust the administration and have a mayor that they know that cares about. Water leaks can be hazardous. They can actually cause accidents. They can deteriorate the road. And so we need to be able, we have an aging system. We should really explain that to Houston. So we need to do the analysis of the system and be able to repair leaks on the basis of their aging. We need to find new technology and new equipment to repair those leaks. And yes, we've got to find new funding. And so again, I have emphasized to the city, as I've spoken to all of you as Houstonians, public-private partnerships can be very important. And I think we can work on developing a system that is funded publicly and privately. The infrastructure bill that is $1.7 trillion still will have available dollars when the next mayor takes office. It is well known that Houston does not get all the federal dollars that it deserves. I will make it a definitive point of this administration to focus those dollars on issues of drainage, on issues of water leaks, on issues of water and sewage, and to make sure that the application we make to that program is solid, that will generate monies to solve some of these problems dealing with drainage, but dealing with water leaks. And notice that potholes come because of the kind of porous soil that we have. I'm going to look at new technology of a new kind of substance that I have been advised of to see whether it'll work in the city of Houston, that when you fix a pothole, it will last. But I'm almost sure that when we use our infrastructure dollars in a package of repairing the overall infrastructure of the city, which includes leaks, which includes the issue of water and sewer, and as well potholes, we can put together a package that we can combine with state funds as well as some of our local dollars, the drainage fee, by the way, that we'll use specifically to help in these kind of infrastructure projects, and particularly working with drainage. We will have a city where you'll see we will bring down the number of leaks, because we'll not be narrow in our focus, we'll be wide in our focus, and we'll be focused in our focus. And I want you to know those leaks are also, yes, it's going to be a thing of the past. Head on. Frankly, I have been able to work with the state government over the years as a member of the United States Congress. I worked very closely with Governor Abbott. As a Democrat, I am a Democrat, on the issue of Hurricane Harvey, one of the most devastating aspects of life that Houstonians faced. It was a tsunami, 51 trillion gallons of water. Every place looked like an ocean. People died in my congressional district. Bayous became places of disaster, and places that never flooded. We worked together on a package that I took to the United States Congress, $155 billion. And with the help of working with our delegation, with me leading the effort, we were able to secure a large number of dollars working with the state. At the same time, I've worked very well with the state's emergency management department, its state FEMA, and the federal FEMA. We worked together during Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Ike, to be able to help people who were displaced, help people to get FEMA resources, to be able to find temporary housing, but also to fix their housing. All was not perfect, but we did that. And of course, I work with the Texas Department of Health in particular for those cancer cell testing, the creosote in Fifth Ward and Cashman Garden and Settergas. It was the Texas Department of Health requested by me, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee at that time, to test the soil. They were the ones working with the city that determined that there were real cancer clusters. So I think it's head on. I think it's working with the elected leaders who are there on issues that are important to the city. It's also not taking a back seat to the state. Explain your position, collaborate where you can, but stand up for the city where you have to. I know we can get along because we're all committed to the people of this state. I'm certainly committed to the people of this city. I care about the city. I want you to see me as a mayor you can trust. In fact, the change you can believe in. We will have good and better relations with the state, as we will always with the county, and of course, working with the federal government. The city will be at the forefront of getting the job done with me at the helm.